Hi, my name is Richard Yetsanger. Welcome to the latest Blue Lens piece where we take a look at wages, obviously a topic close to most of our hearts, I suspect, and really trying to disentangle what's been driving wage growth, because wage growth in almost every advanced economy has been a lot weaker than expected actually, and for quite a number of years in some cases. Now, what has been the dominant school of thought has looked for explanations related to, if you like, hangovers from the financial crisis. In most of those cases, however, the conclusions that are reached, the evidence often is not actually that strong, and often very country-specific conclusions present themselves. The problem with that, of course, is we're dealing with a global issue. This weakness in wage growth is manifest everywhere, and so kind of common sense suggests the explanation must have some common element. And here we look at technology, and particularly the influence of technology on economic structure. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence, of course, that technology is impacting our lives and economies, but the evidence that it's fundamentally changing the way economies behave at a macro level is now starting to come through. And we look at two recent studies in particular, and they make us increasingly think that we need to give more weight to this idea that technology is a more secular key underlying driver of the softness in wage growth that we're seeing. It's not inconceivable that what we're seeing is an unusual but normal cycle where wage growth will eventually come back. But I think that kind of policy of hope conclusion, the evidence for that is getting weaker. I think we need to increasingly consider this idea actually that we're seeing something which is longer lived. If this is right, and we are in the second half of the chessboard, then the implications actually are quite significant, not just for, I guess, macroeconomics as we think about it in terms of, an inflation cycle which is likely to be quite muted, but also obviously has implications for politics, for structural policy, reiterates the need to focus on reform, and particularly reiterates a need for policymakers to really focus on some of the structural challenges that we have. The cycle is not going to bail us out of weakened fiscal positions and some of the big issues around housing affordability and social equity. Thank you.